Thank you for being here and joining us for this celebration on this, perfect day in this beautiful facility. What a historic day for Binghamton University to celebrate the opening of our Alumni Center. I know a lot of us have been waiting for this for a long, long time. We have great traditions here at Binghamton University and tremendous pride in both those traditions, and that level of pride are strengthening every day along with the university's success. I know as you go inside, if you haven't been there already, you'll feel great pride as you walk the halls and see what the space has to offer. We hope when you see the historical timeline and the memorabilia, the photos in Traditions Hall, and the old campus pub tables. I know most of you are in the library, you probably didn't see the pub, but you'll see the tables for the first time downstairs, I'm sure. And it's fun to walk by there during the day and see the students studying at those old pub tables. But I'm sure when you go in, it'll bring back fond memories of your time here as a student. And we hope this will be a place where going forward, you'll connect with students, you'll connect with members of the Binghamton University, and you'll call this place home. Each and every time you come back to campus, alumni, this is your home. So it's only fitting that we had the celebration during homecoming, because this is our alumni weekend. It's also fitting that our president, Harvey Stenger, who leads us on the path to Premier, shares his thoughts. Harvey?
Thank you, Jim. There's no one sitting in the front row, because there is no front row up here. I feel like I'm in a different room from the rest of the people that are here, but they were probably more concerned about you staying dry if it rained than us staying dry if it rained. But I do want to thank the people that made this possible. Our staff that came up with the idea of creating this alumni center. This took a lot of creativity. You don't just build something like this without a lot of people being involved in how do we decide that we're going to turn an old residence hall into an alumni center. Where do we find the money for that? What kind of design should it be? How should we involve the stakeholders in the design? And then actually going through the process of doing the multi-million-dollar renovation and all of the outfitting of the facility. Certainly it starts at the top. He's not here today, but I'm sure his ears will ring a little bit, and that's Jim Van Voorst, who is our Vice President for Finance and Administration for many years here. Jim really had the foresight to look at these buildings, these old buildings, and say, these buildings have a lot of value left in them. Although it's funny, I was walking the campus with President DeFore and Jim when she came back for a visit. And she said, "What are you doing with those old buildings, Jim?" And Jim said, "It's just temporary." She said, "I told you to tear them down, Jim." But we didn't. We didn't tear them down. And I think that was a good decision because these buildings have a lot of memories in them and a lot of life in them. And to put the word old in front of them respects the fact that they were at one time residence halls that many of you might have lived in. And then I want to thank the new Vice President of Operations, Joanne Navarro. I think she's here today for her leadership through the construction project. Her Associate Vice President, Larry Roma, who helped with all the contracting and managing the contracts. Renee Andrews, who was a key designer in the selection of most of the furniture inside, as well as some of the lighting and the layouts. She did a great job. I mean, you go all the way back to, you got to certainly thank the state of New York for providing a lot of the funding for it, and our alumni for being so willing to help us dedicate it today. So who are alumni? 120,000 people out there, but they're more than 120,000 alumni. When you think about all the people that our alumni have touched, have influenced, have impacted, their parents, their sons, their daughters, their brothers, sisters, their friends, their companies, all the people that have watched Blazing Saddles or The Rewrite have been impacted in some way by our alumni. And I'm going to estimate 100 million people in the world have been impacted by our alumni in one way or the other. And so it's only fitting to have a facility that welcomes our alumni on campus whenever they're here, I encourage you to come more often, be engaged, wander the campus, go to the bookstore, stop into a class, participate in any of the events that are going on at any time. We really want you to be welcome. We created a new sign about 2 years ago, so from the sign to the bear paws that get you here, to a few parking spots that we actually reserved for alumni when they come, we want you to be here as much as you possibly can. Thank you, and I can also say there ain't one of these at University of Buffalo. Congratulations.
Just a quick note before we continue, if we could have a round of applause for the Harper Jazz Ensemble. They did a great job. So we know that engaged alumni help make a university premier, and our Alumni Association is doing a fantastic job of involving our alumni in the life of the university. Heidi Goldstein, class of 1981, chairs our Alumni Association Board of Directors. Heidi?
As a 17-year-old freshman at SUNY Binghamton, nothing was further from my mind than being an alumnus someday. I was quite wrapped up in my life, hanging out in Newing College, thinking I was really cool. As I advanced to my senior year, I became distracted by some guy named David. With all that on my mind, I never gave a single thought to the benefits and responsibilities of being an alum, or how the accomplishments of a university are measured in large part by the achievements of its graduates. 11 years after I graduated, my thinking about Binghamton started to change. The guy from senior year had long ago become my husband, David, and we found ourselves back on campus with two of our daughters on the occasion of my sister's graduation from our alma mater. During that visit, the idea of Binghamton always being part of who I am started to sink in. We bought t-shirts for our little girls and took photos of them near the Binghamton sign. I enthusiastically explained to them that Mommy and Daddy had gone to this school. I wanted to share with them my Binghamton pride, even if they didn't quite understand what I was saying or why they had to drive for so long in the car. As the years went by after my sister's graduation, I didn't get back to campus for a while, but something in my heart continued to connect me to Binghamton, and I never lost touch. You know that connection that I'm talking about, or you wouldn't be here today. Luckily, our president, Harvey Stenger, and our university leadership recognized the significant role that the alumni connection plays in the life of the university and have made us, the university's alumni, a priority. Today, we experience this recognition in a very tangible way as we dedicate this historic and amazing alumni center. This center serves as a tribute to us, the alumni of this great university. And I have to tell you that I am thrilled that it's right here in the center of campus, which to me signifies alumni as being the heart of the university. I hope you will allow me to speak for you and the rest of the 120,000 Binghamton alumni as I express to Harvey and our university leadership our deepest gratitude for honoring alumni with this first ever Alumni Center and this most meaningful tribute. Not only does this Alumni Center acknowledge our central role, it also reminds us that we have a home here at Binghamton University, a home where generations of graduates can come together and traditions can be preserved, and a place that we can bring our children to take photos. The future of our Alumni Association and our university have never looked brighter. It's my wish that this center is just the next step forward toward even greater alumni engagement, as well as in continuing the momentum forward of our Binghamton University. Thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. Well, we also know that the path to premier entails philanthropic support. and philanthropic support to Binghamton grew by more than $1 million last year. Thank you, alumni. The Binghamton University Foundation Board of Directors is instrumental in this process, and Steve Bloom from the class of '78 is its chair. Steve?
Thank you very much, Jim. And thank you for all that you do to help us keep those philanthropic efforts going. And I wanted to say particular thank you to Rose Freerman and Sheila Doyle for all the work that they've done, not just here today, but for the entire weekend. And I also, of course, wanted to, I can't do any sort of Binghamton speaking without mentioning Harvey. I am a huge member of the Harvey Stanger fan club, and I've never heard Harvey be wrong. But yesterday we were walking across campus, and one of our board members suggested, why don't we put solar panels up over all the parking lots on campus? And Harvey said, oh, there's not enough sun here. Harvey, please rethink that position. But what a beautiful day. The campus, it's a beautiful campus, and this is a beautiful building. Harvey, you called it an old residence hall. Later you went on to qualify that a little bit. For me, this is so much more than an old residence hall. 41 years ago, when I came to this campus, this was my home. This was my home for 5 of the 8 semesters. I built friendships, had experiences that are forever with me, almost all of them in a positive way. So it's so meaningful to see this become the Alumni Center. Now, I say it's such a special place, and the building is nice, but as you said yesterday, it's only a building, right? And so what makes this place really special, in my mind, it's the people. It's the history, it's the culture that's Binghamton University. And to sit in the room earlier this morning and to see and hear members of the classes of the 50s and 60s, I mean, that's the, a real sort of illustration of what an alumni base can be and how it can help support a university. This is one of the premier public universities in the country, and I'm proud to be an alum. And I'm very proud to be active today, along with many other talented people, to help make this place even better. And there are many things that can make a university great, and certainly, without doubt, the support of its alumni is a critical part of making a place like this great. Now, our foundation, I'm proud to say, I think we do many things, the most important of which is to raise money for philanthropic and productive good works around the campus. You know, as you all drove in, you saw the intramural fields with the beautiful turf and the lights. Proud to say that our foundation helped finance the construction of that. We're involved with helping to acquire some properties for the Johnson City Health Center. We're very actively involved in supporting scholarships throughout many programs in the university. And I urge all of you to help us with all of those good works. Help the administration, help the foundation, and help the students of Binghamton. So please spread the word, give your time, and please give your money. Because to make Binghamton not just a premier university, but the premier university, we need all of your help. Thank you.
We love your passion, Steve. Thank you very, very much. And last, and certainly not least, is a recent graduate, Julia Lucia. She's a master's degree candidate in Student Affairs Administration. And Julia's going to talk a little bit about engagement and what it means to a university and how it can propel us. Julia?
Short for the podium. My apologies. Good afternoon. I would like to begin by welcoming all of you back to campus for Homecoming Weekend 2015. I am a proud member of the class of 2014, graduating with my bachelor's degree in Italian Literature and Language Arts. And if all goes according to plan, this May, I will be graduating with my master's degree, earning the title of two-time alumna, graduating in Student Affairs Administration. I've had the unique pleasure of experiencing campus through many lenses, first as a lifelong Endicott resident, then as an undergrad, and now as both a student affairs professional and graduate student. As my connection to the university only grows stronger and my involvement on campus goes from student to student affairs professional, I have gained a whole new appreciation for Binghamton and all that it does for both its students and its alumni. I have genuinely come to realize that providing students with the support, tools, and resources that they need to one day be able to join all of us as alumni is the greatest thing that we can do to give back to this community. The new Alumni Center gives us all of the resources and the opportunity that we need to connect with students, with each other, and to connect back with Binghamton's campus. Binghamton University, for me, like many of you, is a place that I'm able to call home. Whether you're a freshman stepping foot on campus for the very first time, or a returning alumni coming home for events such as this one, the welcoming feeling of our campus is truly palpable. We all have our favorite things about Binghamton, our favorite spots on campus. Mine is John Arthur Cafe, where you can get a coffee and a bagel for under $3. But I have a feeling that the new Alumni Center will be my personal favorite very soon. This beautiful new spot is our spot that we can return to connect with students, to connect with campus partners, and also to connect with each other. Within a minute of stepping foot inside, I could feel the warmth and the pride of the inviting atmosphere that the Alumni Center staff and its campus partners has worked so hard to accomplish. It is with great pleasure that we welcome all of you to your new space. Thank you.
Julia, in just a token of our appreciation for joining us today, just a little gift from the university. And if the Crosbys could come forward before we go in and check out the new Alumni Center, they'll lead us. Come on forward. Please stand for the alma mater.
In the rolling hills of Binghamton, neath ever-changing skies, where gently flowing rivers meet, we form our cherished ties. O Binghamton, we carry thee with us for all our time, and through us individually forever may you shine. Together we spend these years, united in our aim. Through our bold pursuit of excellence, we proudly bear your name. O Binghamton, we carry thee with us for all our time, and through us individually forever may you shine.
Thank you very, very much, gentlemen. That was wonderful.